Hey gang, Jason here for the Love of Tractors, and we're looking at a couple different items from Greenlight Down on the Farm series. So we've got the 1973 tractor with cab and the 1974 tractor. So this is a cockshut, and this is a mini mow, basically. So they obviously are skirting some licensing here, and they're getting away with it apparently, but we're getting some pretty nice little tractors for a reasonable price out of these, so I'm not going to complain. How about you guys? Anyway, let's pop these out of the package and let's see what they look like. All right, there we go, guys. So we've got some nice natural light coming in here in the late afternoon. I think I'm going to take a look at this Mini Mow or the 1974 tractor first. So the Grill Classic Mini Mow, they did a nice job there. You could use a nice decal up here. You'd be ready to roll. This front end, you know, it's dainty looking, but it's correct looking. That's what I like about it. You'd have to kind of replace the whole thing to make this steer, but that's okay. Wheels and tires up front, I think a little small maybe, but they look pretty good for the most part. One thing I noticed on this, and I guess this is where I'm going to knock these tractors a little bit. I think the build quality on these Greenlights are iffy. Now, this is a $5 tractor, so let's not pretend we're paying for a $20 tractor here, but you can see both the breather and the muffler are pretty messed up. It's just kind of funny the way that is. But the rear wheels, we got a slotted wheel, which is not necessarily appropriate for a Mini O, but that's okay. And then we've got the steps up front here. Nice looking engine casting detail there. I think that's pretty decent, really. And then if we move along to this side, check that out. We've even got some highlight painting going on over here. You can see they want to put that decal on there so bad. You can get these decals from all sorts of places now to make these a real Mini Mow tractor. Rear tires are okay. They look okay from a distance, but there's certainly a lot of plastic look to them. Maybe a little bit too shiny for my liking. We do get a real steering wheel though. Would you look at that, Ertl? Would you look at that? And then the rear, we've got our kind of brake lights, flasher lights, whatever. Now these would have a in-fender fuel tank, which I think is relatively accurately modeled here. Those fender tanks look pretty sweet. And then on the back, it's sort of a 3-point hitch. None of it moves. It's just sort of sticking out there. That would be pretty easy to remove, though, and put a real 3-point hitch on to dress that up. So other than the really goofy breather and muffler, and then the 3-point not looking so great, I think this is a great 5-foot-away tractor. It's all plastic. I mean, for the most part, there's a little bit of die cast in here, but it's pretty plastic. But for the $5 that you're going to pay for this, you're not going to get hurt, especially if you want to customize this. Or, hey, if you want your kids to play with it, I mean, it's $5. You're good. Anyway, you can find that on fortheloveoftractors.com, just like you can find this guy. So we're going to go and look at the cabbed version of this. First thing I noticed is we've got some vents up here. Now, those are just a tampo, but they look pretty good. It really adds to it. Nice cab glass and weather stripping detail all around this tractor. And then these wheels are a little bit more indicative of an international wheel, but they will work. They look pretty good, I guess. So we get kind of the same engine detail. Of course, I mean, that's going to be the same casting and all that stuff. Same thing with our grill up front. Is it the same grill? Yeah, it is. Okay, for some reason I thought that was a 4-hole grill, but it's not. It's a 6. Now check this out. Breather and muffler are pretty straight on this one. Not too bad, actually. Steps are a tad crooked. So, one of these, I'm sure there's a tractor or two from Greenlight where everything is just perfect on it. Front end, same tires and all that. Oh, you know what I just noticed? Look at this. We got some arc lights up front here. Those look pretty good too. Those are nice. They're actually relief. I mean, they're not just stuck on there. Those look pretty good. Moving around, just kind of a mirror image of the other side of the cab. And then, of course, we've got a nice flasher up top here. And then we've got the sort of same setup back here. Would love to see a SMV decal. One thing I did not point out on the other one is that we do have a PTO on both of these tractors. They look pretty good. You can actually see the PTO shaft in there. So that's not bad at all, really. Like I said, for roughly $5 for both of these guys. If you need some classic AGCO power over on your model farm, well, you're not going to get it much cheaper than this. And these are excellent platforms for customizing. I mean, wheels and tires alone are going to make this thing awesome. Stick the decal on there. You could put a console in. You could run some levers, however you want to do it. They actually, if you kind of look, they kind of sort of did that, and I didn't point it out because it's really hard to see on camera, but the console is practically on the floor of this mini mow. So anyway, like I said, for $5, I think these are great tractors. We're used to seeing all sorts of mistakes on higher end tractors, so this isn't bad at all. For play, for customization, or if you just wanted to have one and you kind of want to set it off, in a field, off in the distance or whatever on your display, that looks pretty good, really. So, nice little tractors for the $5. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Have yourselves a great day, and happy tractor hunting.